Satnam, what is the subtle body that is represented in the 10-body system of Kundalini Yoga, Kundalini technology? So first of all, it's to see beyond the immediate realities of your current life and master the nuances of life. This is the subtlety, the softness, the moving, the unmovable, that this incredibly powerful 9th body within the 10th body system brings us the awareness and consciousness to master. It does require more energetic and intuitive experience of reality, and the experience of that needs to be cultivated. So it is an important mastery to develop a commitment and a sense of consistency with moving into the awareness of what the subtle body brings us, because it's part of the higher frequency systems or the higher frequency bodies within the 10th body system, such as the neutral mind. You know, we very often can go back and forth quite easily between the negative and the positive minds, but the neutral mind, it takes some practice, it takes some consciousness and some awareness to be able to develop our ability to maintain neutrality as well as this subtle body influence. So in the subtle body, in our energetic body, and this is where I'm going to get into this descriptive and this understanding of the concept of it. We have an energetic anatomy of our physical body that's known as the energetic body, or the pathways, or the nadis. Nadis, N-A-D-I-S, are literally streams of energy that flow within our systems of this cellular makeup known as the physical body. And not only is it just within this structure, but because we are formless, it expands outward as well. So there are 72,000 channels of these nadis, these pranic airs that flow within our structural system, meaning this form as well as our formlessness. And by the way, we are 99.99% space. So if you can wrap your head around that and really grasp the concept of how vast and infinite energetically that we are, this gives you a real clue as to the power and the real understanding and the consciousness, the awareness of what the subtle body is. So let me just give you some of the characteristics of the subtle body. I find this body extremely interesting. By the way, next year, we are fully in the frequency of this 9th body the entire year, because if you add up 2025, it becomes a 9, and this is the frequency that we're moving into all for the entire 2025 year. So the characteristics of the subtle body, first of all, let me start with an affirmation. I am an energetically intuitive being. I am connected to the infinite nature of reality. The qualities of the subtle body are also deeply connected to our more intuitive and spiritual nature, and these include a general sense of calm, deep connection with intuition, insightfulness, the ability to foresee long-term consequences of events. I find that really, really interesting, and that's probably one of the most important key factors or the key elements of the subtle body that I'm going to be focusing on for the next year and beyond. I'll repeat it. The ability to foresee long-term consequences of events. And then finally, our connection to the Akashic Records. So the Akashic Records are a realm of records that have existed before time and beyond time. And they hold every single piece of wisdom and information that has occurred, not just on planet Earth, but in the universe. It's a very vast, very powerful record system that the universe keeps. So your subtle body is basically your energetic anatomy, and those who are deeply connected with their 9th bodies often come across as deeply intuitive. They are able to remain subtle and calm even in difficult circumstances. They're not reactive, they're steady, thoughtful, and expansive. And those of us who are deeply connected to our subtle body energies, that we want to see the bigger picture. This is that ability to foresee long-term consequences of events, and also connection to the Akashic Records. We have a deep understanding that everything is connected, and we can move beyond this limited perception of separation into the divine truth of unification. This is a very important component of how we are evolving at this time on planet Earth as the one indigenous tribe that we all are interconnected through. We are all children of the earth. We are all creatures of the earth. We all essentially come from stardust. We've all been brought down in here into this earth school experience in humanness, so that we can have an experience of us being this spiritual being having a human experience. And this experience can look different for every single person. You know, we can agree to disagree. We can come from very different diverse cultural backgrounds. We can come from very different ancestral lineages, all of these things, but we still have a unification, an intrinsic dynamic interconnection between this energetic connection that we all share, which is part of what this 10-body system is offering us to experience. So let's have some direct experiences with how we can connect with the energy, the qualities of the subtle body, the ninth body, and I'm going to be continuously offering lots of different meditations, breath techniques, meditative focuses with Kriya and movement, all this year coming up, so that we can really have a direct experience of utilizing the ninth body, as well as perhaps even find something that you really can relate and connect with, and you consistently practice that on the daily for your sacred start, for your daily sadhana, so that you create a true mastery. Because it takes 1,000 days, it takes like a 3.5-year cycle for you to truly create a mastery over something within this technology. So let's begin. Satnam.